Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala, Linguistics. This is the second module in the section of Computational Linguistics for LTS or Grapheme to Phoneme Conversions. In this section, in this module, we will be talking about a data-driven approach for grapheme to phoneme or letter to sound conversion system. The objective of this module is twofold. First, we have to see a way how we can build a dictionary or a pronunciation dictionary for Hindi language, using which we can train our system using data-driven approaches or machine learning based approaches. And secondly, we will see which machine learning approaches are currently used nowadays for G2P conversion, and which are the traditional system which has been used for building data-driven system for G2P conversion. So the contents of this module is the following: why data-driven approach is being used, and what are the objectives of data-driven systems, and how to build a pronunciation dictionary for less resource language such as Hindi, and what are the sub-processes through which data-driven systems are generally trained or decoded for G2P conversion. So in a rule-based system, we have seen that rules set act as an algorithm, and that rule sets capture the language specific regularities. But indeed, generating such rule sets or developing such rule sets using the knowledge base of a person who is well aware of these rules for a particular language is indeed very difficult. So why it is difficult? Because languages has many complex phenomena such as word morphology and their complex stress patterns. So these cannot be captured by a set of rule sets in full sense, in exhaustive sense. So what is another way out is to use data-driven systems, where you need not to worry about the word morphology or stress pattern in the language. You just need a data set, annotated data set. And for G2P, the annotated data sets are like word followed by their phonemic sequence. This phonemic sequence can be a plain phonemic sequence without stress specification, or if you have to use stress specification, then you can use a word along with the phonemic sequence where stress marks are attached. In the previous LTS system, we described how the stress pattern at the syllable level can be captured using rule-based systems. So you have both the sequences, you can use whatever you want. But here to remind you that if you are going to use stress system, then stress specific to the language, then you have to use a data set which should have of larger length. I mean, data size should be very large. But if you are using, without stress pattern, then comparatively less sized data set would suffice to your need. So what are the advantages of data-driven systems over rule-based one are: here you need not to worry about word morphology and the varying stress pattern. The machine learning approach will capture those patterns through the annotated data sets. And the LTS system, on the other hand, you have to check all those which rule conflict to each other. You have to change the sequences of those rules and many other complexities which are very tedious to handle. So that's why people nowadays do not rely on the knowledge base of a single person. Rather, they go rely on the machine learning based approaches for building G2P systems. So in this section, as I told before, we will be talking about how to develop a pronunciation dictionary or a dictionary having words and their phonemic sequence for less resource languages, particularly for Hindi. And here I'm saying Hindi as less resource language, but people may call it medium resource languages or borderline resource languages as per their need, because I'm saying this as a less resource language in terms of speech synthesis and speech recognition, because there is no pronunciation dictionary available in public domain. So here our first objective will be to use a semi-automatic process through which we can build a dictionary or a pronunciation dictionary for training a data-driven system for Hindi G2P. So, and secondly, we will be talking about machine learning based approaches which are generally used for building data-driven systems. As we talked about the pronunciation dictionary, so there can be two types of pronunciation dictionary. One which uses stress pattern and another which does not use stress pattern. So the first one, as you will see, let's say a word in English word abort. In this abort there are two vowels. So first vowel is AH. This is used as a phoneme sequence. So this is unstressed. So unstressed vowels are attached with 0. So this means this is unstressed vowel. And O, ot, O is stressed. So AO is assigned with 1 mark. So 0 and 1 value is assigned to the vowels to specify the unstressed and stressed counterparts. But if you are not using these stress and unstressed pattern, then you can go without 0 and 1 order. You need not to specify that. So a pronunciation dictionary can be of a dictionary where you are going to specify the stress pattern or you are going without it. It depends on your choice and the purpose for which you are using this G2P system. If you have to, you want the nitty-gritties to be included, or if you want to capture on the accents related to the language, then you must include the stress part in the pronunciation dictionary to be more precise. Next, in next section, we in this section we'll talk about how we can generate a pronunciation dictionary which is to be used for training our system. So this is indeed, if we have to go through a manual dictionary preparation, this is very intensive, labor intensive. I mean, this will take lots of time, maybe human errors, maybe more and more. So in this section we are going to talk about a semi-automatic process through which we can build our pronunciation dictionary for Hindi language. So how? The first source which we can use is, and which has been used for other languages as well, is Wikictionary. It's a wiki dictionary where many languages has certain number of words is there, and with their IPA phoneme sequence. So for Hindi also there are around 1000 Hindi words on this Wikictionary with IP. That can be a useful resource, and they have also included more than 2000 frequent Hindi words that can be used for training purposes. But for these 2000 frequent words, they have not given the IPA sequences. So now we have to we need a dictionary where word along with their phoneme sequence is necessary. So in the previous section we talked about a rule-based toolkit, rule-based system developed in Python, which is available in public domain, developed by us. So you can use that tool, that is Akshara to Sound rule, sound system developed in Python, and binary is there on the SourceForge, and that can be downloaded, that can be used for Windows and Linux based systems. So you can use these word sequences for generating such a pronunciation sequence for those words. So that word sequences, word and their pronunciation sequences can be included in the dictionary. So now you have 3000 words and their phonemic sequences. Now I'm going to talk about another resource from where you can pick more words for Hindi. There are two sources. One is you can go through online BBC or other Hindi news channels, and you can extract the words from there. You can crawl the Hindi news sites, and you can collect the unique Hindi words. Another resource can be a Hindi word net developed by Pushpak Bhattacharya, and that is there available in public domain. You can download that Hindi word sets. These word set is based on the categories. There are noun, verbs, adjectives, and that you can use you have to remove some. They have used some other. They have used for other conventions, so it uses many other things, digits and hyphens, that you have to remove it. You have to normalize those texts, and then you can use those words for generating the pronunciation from the tool sets that we described. This is a rule-based tool system, the Akshara 2 sound system available on SourceForge. You can feed these files and generate the pronunciation for these words. So let's say you have crawled a unique 20,000 words in Hindi, and for that you have their phoneme sequences without stress pattern. If you want a stress pattern, also you can use the same toolkit for generating the phoneme sequence with stress pattern. So now you have in hand, let's say 20,000 words with their phoneme sequence. So this is a reasonable size of dictionary that can be used for training our system. So now there are many data-driven approaches. First, I will talk about a very prominent one, which is based on joint sequence modeling, JSM. So joint sequence based model was developed by Bishani and Harman, Bishani et al. And this is available on, it's a Python based toolkit. It is called Sequitur. It is available in public domain. You can feed your data and train the system by 2-3 scripts are there. You just need to train your system in 3 phases. It might take around 20 to 30 minutes to train your system in 3, 4, 5, 6 phases. You can develop, you can refine the models, and once the model is mature, you can use for generating the outputs of unknown word sequences. So that way you can use. This is one of the state of the art system for G2P conversion for any languages. That is called that is based on joint sequence model. And the another important ones are cart based, decision tree based method, hidden Markov model based methods, conditional random field based method, and another state of the art approach is LSTM, long short term memory based neural networks, which is also used for grapheme to phoneme conversion in recent days. So we'll talk about now what are the sub processes of data driven G2P conversion. It has 3 sub processes. First process is called sequence alignment. So first, once you feed the dictionary, the training phase start the sequence alignment. So and then they train the models, and third is the decoding. So we'll talk about first what is sequence alignment, which is very crucial for training the model. So in sequence alignment, we have to assign the word sequences, the sequence of grapheme to the phonemes. Like let's say we have a word accuse. So we write the spelling of the word accuse as ACCUSE. So here, and we pronounce it as accuse. So A is assigned to the phoneme A. So A and A is the sequence. That way A is aligned with A. Now C and C, you have 2 C's, and both the C's has only one phoneme, K. So the first C is assigned K, and second C has no phoneme, so it's nil. Okay, and then U has U, and S and E all together has a single phoneme, that is Z. So S is assigned G and E is assigned nil. So that this process is called a sequence alignment process, where we are going to say that which grapheme is related to which phoneme, and if there are some sequence of grapheme which has no pronunciation at all, there we are just marking dash or nil or phi for the pronunciation. So this process is called sequence alignment. Next, we have model training. As we talked about, for model training there are many approaches, and the famous approaches are decision tree based approaches, hidden Markov model based approaches, and conditional random field based approaches, joint sequence model based approaches, and the joint sequence model based approaches and long short term memory based neural network are the state of the art system is nowadays in use for G2P conversion. So we'll talk briefly about one of the easiest approach, that is called CART analysis, classification and regression tree based approach for developing a grapheme to phoneme sequence system. This is very simple system which talks about it. This is a tree kind of structure where you take the context, what was the left context of the phoneme. If the left context is this and right is this, then the current phoneme should be assigned with this phoneme. So we are talking about CART analysis. This is a classification and regression tree based analysis, which is a very simple technique. In this case, if we have to decide on what should be the phoneme assignment for the current grapheme, then we look at the context, its previous context, left context, and the right context. Based on their left and right context, we decide what should be the phoneme for the current grapheme. So how this is achieved, how we split the node for the decision, is based on 3 steps. The first step is how we have to split the node in a tree, and when we have to stop the splitting, and third, how to assign, we have to finally assign the label to each terminal node. So splitting the node is based on the entropy value. So entropy of each at the initial level, we start with the entropy calculation for each class labels, and we decide what we calculate the entropy, and whichever class has the lowest entropy, from there we split. Okay, so that way we recursively split based on the lowest entropy value, and later on lowest entropy value, or you can say the highest information gain, whichever is used. So either you can use the lowest entropy value at the first root splitting level, and then onward we use the highest information gain for the splitting at the lowest level. This process follows recursively, and then if we have at the terminal node, we have only one node left from where there is no splitting possible, then we stop splitting, or we can assign a threshold value that after 10, once the tree reaches to the length of 10 or 12 or 20, then we have to stop the splitting. So this way CART analysis is done, and this model can later on can be used for generating the phoneme sequence for unseen grapheme sequences. So other important techniques are hidden Markov model based approaches, conditional random field based approaches, joint sequence model approaches, and the recent state of the art based technique which are used for G2P conversion are long short term memory based neural network based models. So the toolkits for hidden Markov models are available in public domain for hidden Markov model and CRF, or you can use scikit, which is a Python modules which you can just import in your language in your code, and then you can implement those these HMM or CRF in your language. Or there are explicit toolkits also available for HMM and CRF based data driven techniques. And for joint sequence model, as we talked about, toolkit is called Sequitur, which is available in public domain and can be easily handled with 3-4 Python scripts. And the fourth one is LSTM based approaches, which can be implemented using TensorFlow, Torch or Theano. These are the 2-3 toolkits available for training neural networks, and you can use it, you can train your system based on these techniques. So this is all that we have to talk in this lecture. And finally, once your model is trained, how decoding takes place. The decoding takes place by, let's say, at the time of training, we got 2-3 phoneme sequence for one word. So for that word, we calculate, the model calculates the probability value for all 3 sequences. Let's say for one word we have 3 phoneme sequences. Whichever phoneme sequence has the largest probability value is thrown as the output. So this is just a mechanism through which decoding takes place. This is called, there is an argmax function. That argmax function on the phonemic sequence calculates whichever sequence has the highest probability value is thrown as the output. That's how decoding takes place. So in this section we talked about how a pronunciation dictionary can be generated for low resource language like Hindi. The process was semi-automatic process where we used data from open source available resources like Hindi WordNet, BBC, BBC sites or Wiktionary, from where we can pick the words, and the pronunciation we can generate through the rule-based system that we talked in last section, previous module, that we can generate the pronunciation for these collected words, and we can generate a dictionary of reasonable size, and then we can train our data-driven system using either card-based approach, hidden Markov model-based approach, or LSTM-based approach, and we can get the model, and that model can be used anytime for any unseen data sets. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.